Good morning, everyone. Welcome to me recording this as well as going directly live on YouTube as we speak. So we'll see how this goes this morning. But first of all, welcome to Ask Me About OpenAI, Open Office Hour with Terza, that's me, and my fabulous community that joins me every Friday, even when it's a holiday. And for some people, it's Boxing Day. And for some people, they already had it. Ellen? But in addition to trying something fun like going live on YouTube for the first time, I had said last week we were going to go over our goals, set our goals for 2026, and and okay, and and then discuss how we can use AI to help us either create goals or how to implement and achieve them. So I've gone over a couple of rounds with this myself using ChatGPT. I also did some versions of it using Notebook LM. One thing I found with my version of ChatGPT, and the reason I say my version is because over several customizations and many chats with it, it's become more like my companion and less like my AI implementer. So I've realized this probably recently in the last few days and have taken steps to move it more towards actual action. So, so bear with me and let's see how it goes. First thing I'm going to do is put into the chat a document that you may find useful to go along with as we go, to read along with as we go. So let me hit that. Is that something you can open and read? Okay, you can take yourselves off mute now if you want. It's just I told everybody to go off mute while I was setting up the YouTube because I wanted to avoid that audio tunnel effect. So, um, all right. So I will just give me a moment. I'll move things a little bit out of the way. The first thing to do, step one, is to decide what 2026 is about for you. So choose one defining theme for the year. Not perfect, not forever, just real. Because one of the issues a lot of people run into when they set their New Year's goals is they either set them too high or they're unrealistic, or like a lot of us, you get over enthusiastic about what it is you want to do. So pick one theme to start with, and then the theme becomes your decision filter. If it doesn't support the theme, it gets deprioritized. This protects both your nervous system and your focus. So, for myself, I chose the theme of ease, believe it or not, ease, because I spent a lot of time making my everything way too important, and the next thing in front of me is way too important, and then anyway, I'm so easily distracted. You might, if it sounds familiar, you know what I'm talking about. All right, step two. Once you've identified your theme, set three pillar goals. Three is plenty, three creates gravity. For example, you could use body/health as one pillar. Uh, these are the ones I chose for myself. Another could be mind or creative self. And then the third could be work, business, or whatever your contribution to the world is that you think of. So once you've chosen your three pillars, define three things for each pillar. So you're going to end up with 9 things. Number one, what reality do I want to live in? What's real for you, not what's real for, you know, um, Gary, whose name I can't remember now. The guy who's really amazing on all the social media channels. Gary V. Sorry, Gary V. Right? What's important to him may not be the same thing that's important to me. For example. All right, number two is how will I know it's happening? So, in other words, choose a reality you can measure, not a fantasy. And number three, how do I want to feel when it's real? Because those are the real metrics. I also get stuck in, I don't know about you, but I also get stuck in comparing myself to others. And that's always going to be a losing game. It never works. So you need to compare yourself against what's real for you. Does this feel right for me? This creates alignment between soul and strategy. And without that alignment, execution drains you. By the end of the day, you're exhausted, but not in the good kind of way. So, just a quick story back when I was working for high tech, um, when they promoted me into management, I thought that was a really good thing. What happened though, when I moved from engineering, which I loved, to management, which I knew nothing about, I would work super hard all day long. And at the end of the day, I would kind of look around and go, I have no idea what I accomplished. And I mean, yes, I had a checklist, but I didn't feel like I accomplished anything. Well, now I know, fast forward many, many years, I was really out of alignment with myself. So, um, so without that alignment, execution drains you, and with alignment, execution supports you. So then step 3 is turn each goal into a walkable path. People fall not because they aren't capable, but because they try to teleport instead of climb. So pardon me, I have a little bit of runny nose here. Convert each pillar into vision, then milestones, then projects, then actions. Because one of my goals is to stay in action. So then simplify it even further. What is the next right action that moves this forward today? Just one, do it, then find the next one. This is the heartbeat of today. One meaningful step, then another, then another. Then step 4 is decide what AI is responsible for. Assign it, it shouldn't be random, assign it specific roles so your brain doesn't carry everything. Think of AI as an architect or a thinking partner. It can help clarify ideas, it structures strategy, it offers alternatives, and it keeps you honest about drift. Or think of AI as a builder. AI is a builder. It can draft emails, create landing pages, social media posts, set up your outreach for you, schedule your outreach your content once you've created it. It can help produce assets. It summarizes, it organizes, it formats. So here's the thing, as you well know, I love AI, but it's not the answer to everything. And in fact, you might argue it doesn't know anything. You might argue that. I'm not sure if I'd quite say that. But what AI does have, something that I don't have, it has immediate access to all the information assets that are published available online. I couldn't possibly do enough research to have that kind of access. And it has nearly instantaneous access. So as long as you're framing your questions in a way that ways that are meaningful for you and what you're trying to achieve, you have a huge gold mine at your fingertips. So then AI as navigator, you can ask it to help you remind you of your priorities that you've already set, helps you return when you wander, and keep the momentum visible. You don't hope AI helps, you assign it work. Do it. I don't want to call it busy work because that's probably not correct, but there are a lot of boring, repetitive steps that we must do in our business, but it doesn't mean you specifically have to do it. You might be able to assign it to AI, and you might be able to delegate it to a VA or someone in your household or somebody you hire. I mean, there's lots and lots of ideas. I don't want to get off track with ideas. So then step 5, and this is something ChatGPT came up with, build a ritual of returning. So life will do what life does. Our energy dips, plans shift, shiny ideas bants. So you don't need perfect discipline. You need a reliable return loop. So as a daily activity, just take 5 minutes and ask yourself, What is the one thing today? And then, by the way, uh, I took the one thing idea from Gary Keller of Keller Williams. But for myself, because I can't just do one thing, I do the one thing. And then I take maybe a few seconds to celebrate. Yep, exactly, Deborah. And then I determine the next one thing and I go do that. So then the weekly pattern becomes take 20 minutes every week, reset, re-choose, realign based on what you did accomplish and what you missed. And these are okay. And then every month, reflect, refine, and recommit. Always return to what you're doing, what your goals are, without shame. Just course correct. Step 6, make sure this plan loves you back. Strategies fail when they fight your nervous system. Ask, does this nourish me? Does this respect both ambition and humanity? And does this honor money, meaning, and momentum? When the answer is yes, execution becomes kindness instead of combat. So that's my presentations. I invite feedback and maybe we can do it together.
I love the simplicity of it.
Are you going to outline that for us and send it out like you normally do?
Yes, yes. In addition, I put it in the chat, but yes, I'm definitely going to send it out with the email.
That would be wonderful because that was very powerful. Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
brilliant. It's like I'm still on the low curve of AI and putting myself together. I am the scatterbrain, so this is going to be very helpful. Thank you. And it's like stop, stop, and it's like, where am I now? Where am I in my journey, and where I need to? What's my next move?
Mm-hmm.
Very helpful.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Ah,
And you're not alone. You're not alone. I mean, it's changing so dramatically all the time. And I feel like I take, 3 steps forward and then 1 or 2 back because, oh, it's changed again. And so, but we've got great resources with Terza and Helen. So I'm this session on Fridays is really, really great.
thank you. So have in the 30 seconds there since we've started this, have you had a chance to think about what your theme for 2026 might be?
Figure out what I'm doing.
From the ground up, it's like I said, I've just been here and there, very scatterbrained, trying to figure out what I want. Oh, this looks good, but this looks good. And it's like, well, how do I get there? And it's like, it can be very overwhelming. So I need to step back and um, write things down more,
Yes.
and as well as figure out how to ask for help.
Of humans or AIs or both?
Both. Yeah. Yeah, definitely both.
And
So
and AI has been, I mean, it's helped me answer a lot of questions because I had some computer issues recently that I spent several days just trying to get through it. And it helped me immensely. And I'm still not done, but I took a break away from it to spend a couple of days with the holidays and be creative and have some fun. And Tirza, and I think Helen can tell you that I've had some fun with the photographs and different things because I'm here on the island by myself. I'm away from my husband and family, and I just needed that relief, and AI has helped me with that as well. And but I have, with all of the stuff that we've been talking about, I'm narrowing down what I want to do in 2026. And because I have been very, very scattered, Deborah, I have all these different things that I wanted to do. And it's like, I need to focus and pull back. And set my priorities. And I'm doing that with the help of people like Terza. And but it's also it's also, and I don't know if it's like, oh, there's that shiny object. Do I go, I need to pull back and say, no, what do I need to do to get me where I want to be? And then also deciding where I want to be and who my client is, because I'm not like so many people that are coaches, or they have a class that they're teaching or doing something like that. I'm a photographer. I write books. I do a variety of things. I'm trying to build my affiliate relationships that I have with other people to help promote passive income. And I'm a lot older than most of the people in the group. And it's like, I don't have 10 years. I mean, I want to do stuff and get focused now so that I can enjoy what I'm doing, have fun, but be creative, and then also have that passive income coming in. So I've rambled a bit, but that's where I'm at. So
I'm just going to say something, Emmeline. Age is not a factor. Remove that out of there. Take that. I don't have 10 years. Who knows? You might have 5 minutes. You might have 20 years. You don't
Yep.
know. So
Right.
remove that from your blockage. Remove the fact about the age thing. It doesn't matter. What matters is you doing it, getting
Right.
out there and doing it.
And the
So
thing is
please do not use that age excuse around me, or the fact that you won't have 10 years. Do not use that around me, because it ain't gonna work.
No, and the thing is my age has not stopped me from doing anything. I continue to jump in and try new things. But yeah, you're right. And
My only age factor on that one too is I don't learn as fast as the young whippersnappers are doing right now.
well,
And retention is not there.
well, and they grew up, with something in their hands, and they're typing, and they're doing all of this stuff way before you and I and all
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
But you know what? We're constantly learning. And even if it takes a little bit longer, and that's why I say, oh, I like to read it. I like to try it. I want to hear it. But I'll tell you what, there's so much to learn, and I'm having so much fun learning it. And I'm trying to incorporate what I can into what my short-term goals or long-term goals, and just I don't ever want to stop learning, and that's my goal. And Helen, you're the same way.
Yep.
I look at
Never
it
stop
as
learning.
like kneading bread, and it's like you guys got to get into it, and you work it, and it's like, and you have what your result wants to look like. It doesn't always achieve that. Not the greatest baker, but but it's like it's working what you can in front of you, and
Yeah.
that's where I'm focusing to get going on this whole concept of learning all this AI and compartmentalizing everything that I've been doing and bring it into more of a tighter funnel per se of where I need to go.
Yeah.
And I
And
appreciate you
always ask
ladies
yourself this.
tremendously.
Sorry, keep going. My apologies.
No, go ahead. That's it.
Always remember that, no, I totally forgot what I was going to say. Marry the process and divorce the results.
Right.
Yeah.
There's that one. And the other thing is, with the learning thing, set aside 15 minutes a day to learn one new thing, and then go execute it. And the other, that was what I was going to say. Always ask yourself this question: is what I'm doing going to help me achieve the results I want?
Yep.
Like when I was getting ready to move down to New Zealand, my question was, every time somebody offered me to do something, will that help me get to New Zealand? Yes, then I go forward and do it. No, it goes on the back burner.
Yep. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Total sense.
You want to get back to Colorado. Does this help you get to Colorado?
Yeah.
Whenever you're faced with a decision, does this help you get to Colorado? Yes or no? And that helps you stay focused on, because I'm the shiny object scatterbrain person. I'm like the queen of that. I get me on AI and we're down rabbit warrens. And I've started with a question up here on a certain topic, and I've ended up in some fantasy land on Timbuktu doing I don't know what.
And I've been to
I go
Timbuktu.
down the rabbit holes, but I have learned, and Terza has seen the transcript of this because I shared the chat with her, as part of behind our Xanakin studio thing, is that in that one I learned that no, I have to stay focused on this. And I tell ChatGPT, take this, and this, and shelve it for later because I want to use it later for this. And I got back on track. I did not allow myself to go down the rabbit holes. And 7 hours I spent with ChatGPT brainstorming.
Wow.
Yeah. But I didn't let it get me off track.
And it's amazing how the ChatGPT, my ChatGPT's, his name is Alex. At least recently, we finally, after spending hours, I said, I really need to have a name for you because you're helping me and we're doing this back and forth. And he finally said, well, you're absolutely right. He said, you can call me Alex. So, and the amount of stuff that Alex remembers from my previous chats and how he brings that forward in my newest questions or whatever. He says, well, you're in the Caribbean. You need to address this while you're responding to this. And it's like, it's really hard to comprehend how extensive and how powerful this AI is. And it really is. And I know that Terza has, and I know you have too, you've trained GPTs or whatever to where they know and they respond in a conversation like you would or whatever. And learning that and training, and even when you're not trying to train, how they're already figuring out who you are and where you are and what you're doing. It is amazing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it
So
boils down to if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yep.
that's exactly
So
right.
learning how to ask
Yes.
is putting it all the pieces together, and I really appreciate some guidance on that.
And Tears and Helen are great at that.
Yeah, they are.
I will tell you, I am still learning how to ask correctly. There's times I put stuff in and it comes back, oh, that's not what I want. And then I have to sit down and think, what is the specific things that I want AI to do for me? And I list them out first, and then I go and type the prompt that incorporates all of those.
Yep.
So it's what's the result that I'm looking for, especially if you're doing like brainstorming is awesome. You just sit down and go, I've had this idea, or you talk it into the chat, whichever way you want to do it, type it, chalk it, and then you just hit return and you wait to see and then it summarizes everything you've just said, and then it gives it suggestions.
And you can just I mean, you were talking about, I just spent 7 hours. It's so easy to get in there. And then you look at the clock and it's like, holy Toledo, how many hours have I been on here just researching and getting the feedback and doing these things? It's and that's
I didn't look at the clock. My brain just said done. My brain said, I'm done. I'm fried. I'm not even comprehending what ChatGPT is coming back with. I got to take a brain break. I got to go get some sleep. I don't even know what time it is. It's sitting there on my laptop, but I wasn't even comprehending what time it was.
But that's so easy because with it's quick responses and constantly giving you more things to think about. And then it's like, trying to carry on that conversation. It's amazing to me. I just, but again, staying on track, like you just mentioned, is like, okay, this is great, but let's save this for later. Let's get back to
we were going through coming up with business names and concepts and stuff like that at that particular time. And like I'm going down and like I will give it feedback on every single name suggestion it gives. I go, no, don't like that one at all. We're out of that. Don't even use those words. And then it'll be another one like, wow, this will make a really good young adult book series. Can we shelve that for later? And then so I go back and this would make a good adventure series. So, well, let's shelve that one for later. And I've got and then at the end of the chat, I said, can we please summarize all the save for laters? Can you give me a list of all the save for laters? And then I copied and pasted that into another document so that now I could go back. I had them for later. I knew where they were, and I could
Right.
go back and concentrate on this one thing.
Makes
And but
makes
yeah,
great.
that was a long 7 hours, that one, but it went fast. And when I looked at the clock, and after I got off ChatGPT and I looked at the clock and went, well, no wonder my brain is fried. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I need to get some sleep. But you know, AI has been, for me, AI has been the best brainstormer ever, because I used to run into the living room when Brad was alive, and I'd plonk myself down on the couch and look at him and go, I've had an idea. And the look on his face was like, oh shit, here we go again. And then his response was, do I have to listen and give feedback, or you just need to unload? And I'm like, I'm not sure at this point. Which meant he had to pay attention in case he had to give feedback.
Yeah, we'll leave
You'd
that
see him
open.
roll his eyes and go, okay. And he'd put the laptop down and sit there. And then I would just go blah, 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 verbal diarrhea all over him. And then he would turn around and tell me what he thought of those ideas and everything else. And then we'd be bouncing backwards and forwards. I don't have a Brad. I now have ChatGPT, which is my Brad. I can go in there. I've had an idea. And then it summarizes everything for me and gives me suggestions on it.
And just trying to put in writing, like you know, of what your idea is and everything, and then it keeps going forward. It starts to gel in your own mind to, you know, just having.
Because you're getting it out and you're organizing it.
Exactly.
And ChatGPT summarizes the whole thing, goes, from your thing, this is what I've, you know, it puts everything into logical order, because I don't.
Yeah.
When I start doing the verbal diarrhea thing, it just comes out in whatever order. And then my brain goes, oh yeah, and we need to, and then it'll like jump back to 3 ideas ago and give them some more information. And then I jump back forward to thing, and I'm like, I'm all over the place. And then ChatGPT takes the whole thing and organizes it for me.
Yeah.
So is it only ChatGPT that's really helping? There's so many different AIs that are.
There's times that I will compare, like I will ask a question in ChatGPT and take that same prompt and put it into Perplexity or one of the other ones as well, and see and compare their answers.
Yes, I do a similar thing. So Perplexity has also become my new friend in addition to ChatGPT. And sometimes I will say, I will even say ChatGPT said this, and I put that in Perplexity, or the other way around. Although I think it's pretty clear to the LLM where you got your information from. Uh, but I do this with Gemini as well. And each one has a different perspective on how they organize their information flow in their conversations. So one is it's good to have more than one, I think, so you can bounce them off each other. But two, find out which one style resonates with you more and use that one more often. Because we each have our own different styles. It's just like I would go to Emmeline for certain types of advice, and Helen for certain types of advice, and Marcy for different types of advice, and Deborah. And they're all equally valid. And then it's still up to me to go, well, I kind of like a combination of them, or I like, this
Yeah.
person's advice better for this one particular thing. So AIs are like that too.
So,
And the
You know,
other cool part is if you're writing something like I was doing my LinkedIn profile, is you have it then go back and grade itself. Like it comes up with the idea on, like it'll put out everything that you need for your LinkedIn profile. And then you go back, okay, out of 10, what score would you give this out of 10? And so it goes back and grades the stuff it just wrote. And then it comes back with a 6 out of 10. Okay, that's 6 out of 10. What do I need to do to make it a 10 out of 10?
I
And
love
then it
that.
comes up with an idea. And then you go back and you say, now grade yourself. And it might come back with a 9 out of 10. Well, what do we need to do to make it a 10 out of 10? And you just keep going back and backwards and forwards. And finally, you get a really good profile that's awesome.
yeah. Now, is Perplexity an annual or a monthly platform that you have to pay for?
After the year of the free version, if you signed up for that, it will be $20 a month.
Okay, but they give you a free version if you want to try it.
And they have a
I
whole
don't know if
bunch of
that's
other
still
tools as
valid,
well.
but go ahead.
I'm sorry, Helen, what did you say?
With Perplexity, you get it free for a year, but they also have some other AI tools attached to them as well.
And how does Galaxy AI seems to be a real big one right now. Is there anything in there that is similar to Perplexity? Or,
He's like,
Doesn't
go to
Galaxy give you
3,400.
access? Doesn't Galaxy, Helen, give you access to different chat bots?
3,400 platforms, over
yeah, it's like
3,400
34,
platforms.
yeah, it's over 3,000, yeah.
But I think it gives you also Chat GPT, Gemini.
But it's not the Chat GPT that you're subscribed to. So you
Right.
still have to keep your subscription so you can keep your GPTs and all your conversations.
Which I have, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you get to keep all of that. So you still got to pay your $20 a month on that Chat GPT. If you use the one in Galaxy, that's a whole new account type of
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And you
Yeah,
can't merge the two, which is unfortunate because it would
I
be good
know
if you could.
I've got Galaxy, but I've only used like one platform on it so far, and it's like overwhelming when you get in there and you start seeing all of the different stuff, and so that's just going to take some time to explore.
Start with one thing a day.
One thing. Yep, you're right. You're right.
15 minutes on one thing a day.
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Helen, before you and Deborah came on, and Marcy, before you came on, Emmeline and I were chatting, and I was saying that some people have reached out to me and asked, how do you use Galaxy? And I will just be honest with you, I have gone on and looked at it and been overwhelmed by the 3,500 plus tools that are available to me. And I did poke around a little bit. But I actually set a timer and I give myself 15 minutes because I got a bunch of other stuff to do. And so I haven't really played with it. So it can seem overwhelming, but in the nature of what we're talking about, do one thing. So instead of trying to explore so many tools, pick one action that you want to do. So for example, I would like to create a YouTube thumbnail. So I go over to Galaxy and do a quick search on the YouTube thumbnail maker or whatever it's called, and click on that and say, okay, I want my YouTube thumbnail to, and just type out a bunch of stuff and hit send and see what happens.
And that's the one that I have been using, and that's the one that our friend Debbie Morrow uses all the time, is the YouTube generator, whatever it's called. But yes, but it's overwhelming. But I love Helen's suggestion, is just look at one new thing every day. And problem is that every time we get together with all of our different groups, is that everybody's giving you a suggestion for one more thing to look at.
Well, when you go into Galaxy, go in with purpose. If you
Yes,
need to create a thumbnail for YouTube, go find out how to create the thumbnail for YouTube in Galaxy. If you need to take a photo and make it into a video, figure out how to do that in Galaxy. Go in with a purpose, not just go in and go, okay, I got to go spend 15 minutes in here. You're going to look there and just sit there for 15 minutes going, which one do I do?
exactly. You're
Yeah. So
absolutely
go in
right.
with purpose.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Transcribe a video, create a reel. You know, I've got the script, go create the reel.
But Helen, I think you have used recently, like in the last 2 days or something, used AI to create a lot of content about creating AI content.
Exactly. Yep. I go in with purpose. So I've created, because I do thumbnails, I do different thumbnails every day for my podcast. So it's got what the topic of the podcast is on. So I had it create it created a square image, but I need a rectangular one. So I put the square image into Canva, and now I can just change the type, and I put it on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side, I just type in what the topic is for the day. And I can, boom, I can pump those out in seconds for each one because I already have it done. But what I'm doing with this is that I went into ChatGPT and I said, in the field of AI content creation, give me 12 hot topics. And it gave me 12 hot topics. Then I said, give me 30 questions for each of those 12 topics. Now I have 360 questions to use. And so what I'm doing is that I took the first 7 and I said to ChatGPT, create me a blog that answers the first 7 questions. And so I created the blog. And from that, I now have 7 podcast topics. And I've got all the podcast notes already written for every day. I've got, I'm working on right now doing, I'm using HeyGen, and you can use that in Galaxy. And HeyGen will take an AI avatar, you give it a script, and it reads it. it tells you the script, and you can put the little captions things there too. So I've been creating those in there. Supposed to be doing one a day. I'm a little behind, but because it takes a little while, and I've discovered that I want to post on LinkedIn, on my Facebook page. There's 3 groups in Facebook I want to post to. I've got TikTok and I've got Instagram and YouTube. So it's creating, but there's only certain ones that you can, some of them you can schedule, like I can go into Go High Level and I can schedule them there. And that's my LinkedIn and my Instagram. I can't do my Facebook page through there. I can't post to groups through there because Facebook does not allow you to post into groups from a third party. So you have to go into each individual groups and schedule the posts to post when you want them to post. It's the same as my profile. I can do, yeah, I can do TikTok through Go High Level as well, but that's different. It has to be a video. So if I'm doing a photograph with some music behind it and some text on it, then I have to go in and schedule that in TikTok. So it's looking at these different platforms. What can I do through one platform, and what do I need to do in the other platform? So it's taking a little while to sort that process out so I can narrow down the time that it takes.
Sounds like a great opportunity for us to have a Zoom class.
Yeah. I mean, so I just created another thing this morning just before hopping on here. I created another little reel. Like it's only like about a 20-second reel.
Mm.
But I created another reel for AI content. And it's all on AI content in the first 7 days of questions like, does it replace a human? Can I post on my social media sites? Is AI allowed to be posted on social media sites? And, answer that question. What was the other question I had in there? There's 7 of them. What is what is AI content? Is it is it able to be done? Hang on. I got the questions written down here somewhere. What AI content creation really is. Can AI replace human content creators? Is AI content allowed on social media? How to start using AI for content creation. I did that one last night on my podcast. Let's see. I can't read my own writing.
Do you check your responses before you post any of it?
Yeah, I'm in there every day. When I go to post, I look to see what happened on the previous day, what insights I have from those. I mean, I posted a picture the other day about what AI
before you
content creation
post.
really is on my TikTok. It had got over 200 views on the first day. Yeah, and it was a photo with some music. Go figure. How much time does AI really save you? Can't read that first word. But it's something about you still need tools skills you need when using AI, and does AI content hurt engagement?
Interesting.
Yeah, and I had an interesting comment on my blog when I posted it on LinkedIn, that some person came back and said, yes, but there's people out there that still want the real raw stuff, and it's going to become one of those things that you have to pay. This is what they're predicting. You're going to have to pay to get human created content and not that has not been created with AI. And I'm like, you are so far behind on things. Now I know there is the American Authors Association or whatever it's called. There's a writers thing that they now have a label you can put on a book to say that it's 100% human created.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I would find that hard because a lot of my writing is just like I've heard already in this group is I go over to ChatGPT and I go blah, 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 and then I say, please organize this into something reasonable for other humans to read, including me, later. So that's AI assisted, but it was
Yes.
my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like my when I wrote my books, they were all human written because it was before AI came out. Although my last book, I did have AI assistance because I had it proofread and
Yeah.
do the editing and that sort of stuff. But I told it not to change any words, just to show me where the corrections needed to be made. Because I knew if I told it to put the corrections in, it would rewrite things. And I didn't
Right.
want that. So as long as you specify at the beginning, you don't want it to change the wording, you just want to know where the corrections are or suggestions, then I can take those into account. And then on my song, when I wrote my song is 100% human written. I used AI to create the singer and the music.
Music. Yeah.
Yeah, so it composed the singer, well, actually composed 2 different versions, a male and a female version, with completely different music tracks, but the same words. So that was the AI assist on that one because I couldn't find anybody to help me compose music, and I have no idea where to start. So
It's
after a
hard.
year, I figured just went in and found somebody told me about Suno, so I went in there and paid the $10 for the month because if you don't pay and you publish a song through the unpaid version, you do not have rights to your own song.
Yeah.
But if you pay the $10, you now have all the rights to your song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible right now not to have some sort of AI influence in whatever you're doing. So, I mean, it's just, whether it's helping to format or to edit or what, yeah, it's just, that it's tough when these groups are saying, oh, there can't be any AI. Well, are you using spell check? Are you using here? I mean, it's an interesting time.
There was an
Did
article that came out, it was back when I was in the States, probably around September, October timeframe, that a British record label company had signed a deal with a guy, and all he was doing was creating songs via AI. He would like put the topic in, it would go create the song. He wasn't even coming up with the words himself. He would just come up with a phrase and have it go create a song. And he signed a multi-million-dollar deal with a British label, record label, to create AI music.
Wow. But it says it up front, right?
Yeah,
He's not pretending to be otherwise.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had his name out there and everything. And so if you saw his name, you knew it was all AI generated.
Ah, okay.
I would rather write the words and have it create the music.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's going to be very hard. Like this person said in LinkedIn, it's going to be very hard to find stuff that is human generated and not AI generated. And like you said, like they said, you probably end up having to pay to get it human generated, to get human generated content or something. And I'm just sort of like, you know, I'm I was brought up in the generation where you did all went through all the trials and tribulations to get the product at the end with no AI interaction because there wasn't any at the time. It was all human created to the point now where things are moving so fast, you kind of have to have it there to assist you, not to, you can never take the human content out. We have lived the experiences, we have the emotions, we have the spiritual belief, no AI program can ever replace any of those things. So, we can tell it what to put to get those emotions across, but it hasn't lived the experiences. It hasn't experienced them to start with. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the emotion. It doesn't have any emotional content to go with it, or resources and that sort of thing. So human input is still going to be around. You can go and create stuff with AI, but there's a human behind the thing going, I need you to do this. I want it done this way. Da 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 da. There's always going to be human interaction with it because it can't get that emotional connection with people.
Right.
Yep, I agree.
It's just little ones and zeros.
It is super exciting though. It's just been incredibly amazing. So, although a lot of us, I was talking to my dad yesterday, we struggle with, I call it user friction. So my dad is no stranger to tech. I mean, when I was in high school, we were the first ones in our little city to have a personal computer at home. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember the TRS-80
Mm-hmm.
little computer, and you loaded it up with a cassette recorder, and
We had a Commodore 64 at home, but we had the TS-80s at school.
yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, he's no stranger to tech, and my husband and I both been in high tech, and yet, my dad is now complaining that there's a lot of extra steps he has to go through that he didn't have to do,
Yep.
or the tech changes really quick, and we're kind of left scrambling trying to figure out, well, what are we supposed to do now? And I think sometimes, maybe those who develop the stuff forget what it's like to be a brand new person coming into this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's up to us to give them feedback, I believe, in a kind way. Although behind the scenes, you don't get to see my little temper tantrums, but in front of the scenes, it's like, okay, we figured out some things here. This is what it is. So, yeah, yeah. So I pay attention a lot to user friction and I step back and think about, okay, if I was doing this, the new procedure I just invented, which I'm so proud of, if I was doing this for the first time, what would the user feel like or do when they're going through the steps? So, and yes, I know it, for sure OpenAI gets a lot of feedback. And not all of it is good, but they do pay attention. So there's a lot of new exciting things going down the pike. This morning I complained to ChatGPT that, oh, you know, all these countries around the world are doing amazing, innovative things. And I kind of gave this little list of things that, maglev trains and et cetera, and lots of things. And I said, and all we do back in my country is squabble. And it says, wait a minute. Yes, that's true. There are certain things that get national attention because that's kind of how what we've set up here. But behind the scenes, you may not know that all these other innovations are happening right here. And I go, okay. Because it's easy. I get caught up in a lot of stuff that whatever it is going around the internet and the news broadcasts, and it's like, okay, take a breath. What thing is going to help me move forward in my business today? So, and that helps me go back to center. So,
Does
um,
that help me accomplish my goals?
exactly.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, oh, we have somebody coming in at the very last moment. Mm, no.
Can you see and hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
hi, Marcy.
Marcy.
Marcy,
Obviously, I've had computer problems, so um, I had to, close down and then reboot.
Ah,
Did you, Teresa, did you send out um, the uh, the copy of last week's um, session, Friday
yes,
session?
yes.
I
Did it not
didn't
come to
think,
you?
no, I didn't see it.
Okay, I will resend it to you and also but also be sure to check your spam folder just in case.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
And to me, please.
but
okay. Yeah, I will definitely resend it. So Marcy and Deborah.
well, I've had some,
might as well
some
send it to me
problems.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Will do. All right, I'll just resend it all together, just in case. So, any more questions or comments on anything in today's session?
Yeah,
Let's hope it.
this has been great. I love the sharing and talking back and forth. This has been good.
I have an unusual um, problem. I was doing something and I had to click on F9. Do you know that on my Microsoft cordless keyboard, I can't find F9. There's numbers that go up to 5, and I don't. Does anybody have a Microsoft keyboard that
I'm
can
all Mac,
do?
sorry.
What's
I
that?
have buttons across the top of the numbers that have
Yeah.
F1 through F12 on them.
So
Yeah,
what
I know, but I don't have an F9.
so what you could do, Marcy, is take a picture of your keyboard, maybe if you still have your previous one and your current one, and you can post them both in Chat GPT and say, help me map these keys back and forth so I know which ones they are now on my new keyboard.
I only have one keyboard.
Oh,
So
okay.
take
All
a
right.
picture of it and upload it to ChatGPT and say, where do I find F9?
Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Yes.
Sometimes it's on a number key and you've got to hit another button and hold it down to press that button. So it could be that like one of the little keys down the bottom next to the space bar. It could that you have to hit one of
Yeah,
those to get
I have 2 rows of buttons above the numbers, but none of them are F9. I mean, I don't have F1 through F9. So
Yeah,
Okay.
and maybe double back on other buttons. So put the picture of it into ChatGPT and said, please help me find F9.
thank
And
you.
And
You-
it will too. It will help.
And and Marcy, if you prefer Google Gemini, you can do the same thing. Google Gemini is equally helpful in the same way.
Oh, okay, that's an idea.
Yeah, where I was going earlier and I sidetracked myself. My dad prefers actually Google Gemini to ChatGPT. So just sharing that out there because there's
Yeah.
all kinds of different things.
And I haven't tried Gemini before, so that's on my list of, like Helen said, try one new thing every day.
Yeah, well, I tried it before I even tried GPT. And at first I liked it and then I got mixed up with it. So then I went to GPT.
Yes,
But try it with purpose.
Yes.
exactly.
Go on with a
Exactly.
question in mind or a task in mind and see what you get out of it.
So on that note, we will end. We will meet again next week if you choose to join. What is that, January 1st, Helen?
No, for me it'd be January 3rd.
Second.
For you guys, it's January 2nd.
Okay.
It's
No, I
Friday,
think
January 2nd.
January 2nd.
Yes.
Yeah.
January 2nd for us.
Now, while you guys are having January 1st, I'm having January 2nd and I'm moving into my new place.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's exciting. Yes.
Yes.
So
All
what
right.
time is it in your time, Helen?
It is 7:02 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Mm. Well,
On
you'll be,
Saturday morning.
Well,
Yes. So
we
if you're
always,
on Pacific time, subtract 3 hours and make it tomorrow.
Where's your
well,
dog?
Helen, we always knew you
So
were
I have my
advanced
dog. She
anyway.
passed away in July.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she passed away in July, so she didn't get to come to. She's in New Zealand with me in spirit, but not physically. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm so
I do have
sorry.
her paw print in a plaster cast though, because they did a paw print for me.
I
Yeah.
love that. All
Do you
right,
keep
everybody.
her
Have a great
ashes?
week.
And Happy New Year to everybody as well,
Happy
since
New
it'll be
Year.
after New Year
Yeah.
when we
Happy
all
New
meet.
Year.
and
Happy
move
All
with
right.
purpose. We'll see.
One
Have a
thing
super
at a
fantastic,
time.
sparkling New Year.
You got it. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.